Deep mid wicket and a deep square leg. Frylink in again. He pitches it just outside off. Well, it's driven well by Baba. He smashes that through the offside. 4 runs.
Oh yes, what a beautiful shot. He's very strong in that zone, Babar. He's one of the best cover drive players in world cricket as of now, and that is exactly why you can't be bowling him just outside off on that occasion. Stand and deliver, punching it towards the extra cover fence, and nobody moved. The ball just crashing into the cover fence for a 4.
Save your legs, boys, when that hits the wicket like that. That's always going for 4. Now, Frylink, you're right, he sort of strayed there, didn't he? He and Trumpman have had a good line as left-handers, really getting it into the batsman's body, but that was far too wide. That was runs every day of the week. This time, he's going to be coming around the wickets. Oh, and he struck Baba on the back pad. Pushed him back. There's sort of half an appeal, but they think again, and there's no run.
Yes, another good delivery. Good comeback this time from Frylink. Quickly realizing that you don't want to give room to Babar Azam, and that's why coming around the wicket, cramping him for room, bowling it just outside off. Well, that looked really close in the replay.
It was the back thigh that hit him. Perhaps the height was the issue.
Could be.
Certainly looked online. This is going to be the last ball of the over from Frylink. He comes in again around the wicket. It's wide outside off stump. They have a shy at the single at the bowler's end, and that will be the end of the power play. So Pakistan haven't really used the power play to their advantage. 6 overs gone, 29 without loss, and it's a big hello to our stations that are tuning in from around the world, to SEN in Australia and New Zealand, Digital 2 Sports in India, SABC in South Africa, and the Cut and Drive Network in Barbados. Don't you love the name of that? The Cut and Drive Network. Isn't it fantastic? So hello to everyone. We've had some good feedback from Barbados. We know you love hearing the thoughts of Captain Sir Clive Lloyd. He'll be with us very soon. Perhaps the greatest captain in the history of Test cricket, you could argue.
Absolutely. I think he's the one.
But they're all such gentlemen. They all hung around and had lunch with everyone from the town. As it's Chikongo who comes in to start the 6th over. The right-handed bowler hits that to Baba. Baba pushes it through to the man coming off the fence at deep mid wicket. 1 to the score, 30. Now we got to play Paul with Rowan Kanai, the 2 wicket keepers, and it's amazing working Sir Clive Lloyd, because one of Dad's prized possessions is his cricket bat that he got signed by all the South African, by all the West Indian players.
Wow, that's something amazing. Yeah, that's special. And have you discussed this with Sir Clive? Have you told him about this?
Yeah, I did. Because this is short ball from Chikongo. It's rised up and it's hit Rizwan and it's hurt him. He's had to drop the bat and walk halfway to square leg and just kind of compose himself. The Namibian players are coming in and they're just checking he's okay.
Well, Chikongo is. This is the first time I'm seeing Chikongo play in the ICC World T20. Is he playing a game for the first time, or has he played a few matches?
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet either.
But he looks like a very smart thinking cricketer. He's bowled a nice bouncer, a very good shot delivery to Rizwan, who was beaten for pace on that occasion. Played that shot early and the ball just crashed into his chest, so to say, and now he looks fine again, ready to face the next ball from Chikongo. This time another good delivery outside off has been flicked off the front foot towards the mid-wicket region. Will just be a single. With that 1 run, Pakistan move on to 31 without loss.
Yes, anyway, going back to the story about Sir Clive. Yeah, Sir Clive mentioned to one of our producers, everyone asks for photos these days and no one ever writes him letters. So Dad wrote a letter and told the story. So yeah, I told Sir Clive, and he was really gracious, because the story was they went to the pub and the restaurant, and as Australians are, they always picked on, hey Lloydie, how are you? You know, he was getting picked on because he was the captain. Chikongo comes in, a shorter pitch delivery, and Baba sort of pulls that down to the man at long on, and he's misfielded it. So 1 becomes 2. They got through for the single there. Yeah, so the story was they all went there and, hey Lloydie! There was a really annoying guy, and everyone got embarrassed. And it took Wes Hall at 6'8" to walk up to this gentleman and say, his name is Clive. And the whole bar went silent, and then this guy had to walk out, and everyone burst out laughing. And then I told the story, but it then meant Sir Clive Lloyd went on a tangent about all the times he'd been called Lloydie in Australia. 33 without loss of Pakistan. And Baba again has a shorter pitch delivery from Chikongo and pulls it down to long on. No, he then went swinging out all the time. He was like on the hill and, you know, annoying Australians. Hey, Lloydie!
And does Sir Clive remember about this tour about 1968?
I don't really think so. I mean,
he's played so much.
I met so many people.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think, but he can remember statistics and games and things. He probably doesn't remember it because he didn't play.
Yes, maybe possible. Yeah. But such good memories, and he's such a gentleman again.
He's incredible. As this time it's a shorter. Oh, there's a misfield. Deep square leg should have stopped it. Should have made it a single, but instead they've got away with 2. So 7 runs off the first Chikongo over. Pakistan 36 without loss.
Well, slowly now Pakistan getting into the groove. They're getting runs freely, and the Namibian fielders are not helping their cause. There are quite a few misfields in the last few overs, and you can't let that happen. You can't slip the game out of your hands. And once Pakistan get a groove, it will be very, very difficult to stop them. So right now they've managed to put some pressure. They are looking for wickets. They need to keep bowling in those right areas and ask the right questions and put pressure. And maybe if they get a wicket, they will definitely fancy their chances. But as of now, the game is in the balance.
The batsman on strike, it's Babar Azam. He's 27 off 23. Mohammad Rizwan, 11 off 20. And looking at the Namibian bowling lineup, 5 bowlers that have been used. Ruben Trumpelman, 2 overs, none for 2, can you believe? As Freilink, this is his second over. His first one was none for 6. And this time Babar pushes that through to the man, that sweeper man on the boundary around cover, and they'll come back for 2. So David Weiss, 2 overs, none for 11. JJ Smith, 1 over, none for 10. Ben Chikongo we saw before, his last over went for 7. And Jan Freilink is now bowling 1 over, 1 delivery, none for 8. But Freilink in again, this one short outside off stump, and Babar pushes into the gap on the onside, and they'll just scamper through for a single.
Would you think Pakistan is just started a little on the slower side because they have been in Dubai and Sharjah?
Yeah, I think so.
Would that also be a reason?
I think they're trying to get used to this pitch.
Yes.
Sir Clive Lloyd described it as being a bit sluggish.
Yes.
And not really doing too much, but a position where they just be disciplined and go out there and, you know, work through the pitch and the pace of the game and see how it happens. And, you know, they were very slow. First over was a maiden. And second over only had 2 runs off it. As we see Mohammad Rizwan has just changed his bat. It amazes me how many bats these players travel with these days. They'll travel with like 8 bats.
Well, yes, I think around 6 to 8 bats is the average that every batter carries around with him. That's a lot of luggage, a lot of weight, a lot of excess luggage. But they don't have to bother about that, I'm sure.
Freilink, this is the third ball of his second over. Again, he continues around the wicket, and, well, it's been a slight edge from Rizwan. The fielder at point made a valiant dive. He couldn't get anywhere near it. And the single gets added to the total. Pakistan 40 without loss.
Yes, Stephen Bard, the fielder at point, towards his left. But the ball was never too close for him. Diving, and the ball going towards the third man for a few runs. So right now, all the runs have come mostly of the edges, nothing coming from the middle of the bat except for that boundary from Babar Azam right into the cover region. Again another thickish outside edge ball travelling fast towards the third man fielder. Chikongo will cover that, and that will be another 2 runs added to the total. 42 for 2, 42 without loss in fact, after 7.4 overs.
Yeah, Pakistan's starting to pick up the pace, aren't they? Run rate now 5.48. With Babar 30 off 25. He was playing and missing and playing and missing off the first couple of. Shown discipline, and they've got in their groove. No rash shots. Freilink in again, and this time he angles it in towards Babar, the left-handed bowler, and Babar pushes it. Well, that must be the third
field. And 2 runs again added to the total. This is not going to help Namibia. They need to keep the pressure on. But as of now, it looks as if these 2 players have just started to gauge the pitch a little bit better. They know how the ball is coming off the pitch, and that is why they are able to score some runs in this Freilink over. Next delivery, last ball of the over, short delivery has been pulled towards the mid-wicket. This time he collects the ball cleanly and will keep it down for a single. 8 overs gone. Pakistan are 45 without loss.
So we'll have a change in commentary as Pakistan are really trying to warm up, and we'll be joined by Richard Allen is going to be joined with Shoaib Ahmed.
Well, thank you, Kitch. Yes, it is going to be an exciting contest. Namibia having the better of Pakistan in the first few overs, and now Pakistan slowly building a good, strong partnership out there at the Zayed Cricket Stadium. 45 for no loss after 8 overs. As I have with me in the comm box now, Richard Allen.
Hello, Shoaib. That's some, buttery fingers, as you say. Lofty Eaton had a bit of a fumble just a moment ago, and I had some buttery chicken, and I got buttery fingers. Bad news is they don't have any wickets.
Yes, that's right. Namibia will be looking for wickets. They need some wickets here in order to put pressure back on Pakistan, because right now in the last few overs they managed to score freely without any risk along the ground, and they have not been helped by the Namibian fielders as well. So it is Smith who's going to be bowling the second over of his spell. He's given away 10 runs in the first.
Well, there's a real disparity in scoring there, isn't there, between Babar Azam and Rizwan. The captain's got 33 and the other guy's got 12. So score predictor says 174 for Pakistan. So it's the Pakistan captain who's going to face Schmidt, who comes in, and he's around the wicket here, the left-hander to Babar Azam, who gets him away with a shortish ball across him. That's found the fielder at mid-wicket. There's going to be a single here. This game is in Abu Dhabi at the Sheikh Zayed Cricket Stadium. What did you make of Bangladesh, South Africa?
Well, we were discussing that on the local feed as well, that Bangladesh never came out to be with the attitude of winning the game. They were always looking on the back foot right from ball number 1. But I was impressed with the bowling of Bangladesh. They did pretty well to defend that meagre total as much as they could.
That next ball has just been swatted. It was short and slow, a very wide one across the batsman, swatted down to mid-wicket. It's another single here for Pakistan.
Yes, another run added to the total. And they're looking slowly but steadily building a partnership. 47 after 8.2 overs. Round the wicket, Smith on the pads, again played along the ground towards the mid-wicket for a single. So happy to take singles at the moment, Pakistan.
Yeah. Babar Azam winning the toss, said he wanted to see his side bat first, see how they would cope in that scenario.
Short delivery to Rizwan, who got hit on his chest. Played that shot a little too early, but he's okay now. Smith to Babar Azam, outside off. Oh, that looks very close. Around the wicket coming in, Smith pitching it in a good length area. Wanted to cut that, just beating the edge of the bat of Babar Azam and into the hands of Zain Green, the keeper. So that was a good ball. Some extra bounce on that occasion.
Yeah, there was plenty of bounce earlier as well, and that was very nearly a wicket. Yeah, the South African bowlers are getting some real zip. And,
yes, just imagine if they can get that, Namibians can get that. Imagine how dangerous Shahina Shah
exactly.
would be.
Yeah, well, there's some runs here down to long on. Didn't really get the full meat of the bat on that one, but as a single which puts Babar Azam on strike for the start of the next over. This is Pakistan versus Namibia. This is a Channel 2 Group global production. Welcome along wherever you are in the world. SEN taking this feed in Australia and New Zealand. SABC in South Africa. Cut and Drive Network in Barbados. We've worked out that's cricket and not a mobile hairdressers, by the way. Cut and Drive. And many others. So wherever you are, hello. We've got Shoaib Ahmed here in the comms box. I'm Richard Allen, and the 50 is up here for Pakistan without loss, and we've had 9 overs. But Namibia have bowled okay, haven't they, really?
Yes, they have indeed. They've bowled pretty decent, especially in the first 6 overs. They were very, very good, very effective. And now Babar and Rizwan, since they have spent some time in the middle, they have gauged the conditions pretty well, and now they've started to score runs along the ground, risk-free shots, as we see Nickel Lofty, 20 years of age, the leg spinner coming into the attack. 3 wickets for him in 9 matches, economy of 6, which is not bad.
Yeah, he's been pretty good this tournament, Lofty Eaton, as he comes in. Starts foolish one outside the off stump. It's just played away on the leg side for a quick single. He's so 51 without from 23. Babar Azam, he's been going along nicely. 37 from 32 in the partnership. Of course, 50 now.
Yes, that is a good partnership coming in from Babar and Rizwan. Meanwhile, another full toss from Lofty Eaton has been played, drilled down the ground towards the long on for a single. Flat batted shot coming in from Rizwan. He's on 15 of 24. Babar is on 37 of 32. 9.2 overs, 52 without loss.
He's come down the pitch to Lofty Eaton as Babar Azam, and he's got a 4 down at long on, and he got hold of him that time. And so we got another boundary here for Pakistan, who move on to 56.
Well, that didn't look that it'll go all the way, but I think the long on fielder was kept pretty wide. This one was hit straight, very close to the pitch and to the side screen, and the ball just crashing into the boundary ropes for a 4. This is a good over again for Pakistan. 6 of 3 deliveries already.
It's flighted up by Lofty Eaton, just played away on the offside by the batsman. So another single, and Babar Azam 42 now. Rizwan is on strike. There's 2 left in this over. 57 without loss. And well, he's going to go from this time, is he? Well, he got a bottom edge on the bat, and it went down to the short fine leg fielder. He was prepping himself for a big one there, wasn't he?
Yeah, this was a much better delivery. It was outside off, flight delivery away from Rizwan, who stepped down, going for a big shot, getting the inside edge of the bat. Lucky on that occasion, the ball trickling away towards the fine leg field. Just be a single. So Pakistan 58, last ball of the over, this time outside off. On the back foot, Babar, and cuts it towards the sweeper cover. David Visa, the fielder there, will just be a single to end the over now. 10 overs gone, Pakistan 59 without loss.
Yeah, there's 9 from that over. The first one by Lofty Eaton. So it's
a funny game, you know. You need to come out on that day and perform to your best, and if Scotland can do that, if they can play to their best, I think New Zealand will have to play really well to beat them.
It's very much the warm-up game tomorrow, isn't it? Because there's a very enticing encounter later, Afghanistan versus India.
Oh yes.
What chance India?
Well, 50-50 I would say.
Yeah.
I think this is the best Afghan side India will be facing. So if it is going to be an interesting contest, and the way India have been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if Afghanistan...
To be fair, yeah. I quite fancy an England-Afghanistan semi-final. I think that could very much be on the cards.
Absolutely, definitely.
Unless India spoil the party tomorrow, which they may well. But yeah, that's it's going to be a lot of eyes watching that, a lot of ears listening to it. Hopefully on this feed, Afghanistan versus India and that's preceded by the early game Scotland versus New Zealand.
Yes, India-Afghanistan will be played in Zayed Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
The first game, Scotland versus New Zealand, will be played in Dubai. And this is the first time India is going to play their game in Abu Dhabi. The previous two games they played were in the Dubai International Stadium. So interesting game tomorrow, interesting day of play lined up. And we'll be bringing you all that right here. And this is brought to you by Channel 2 Group Global Production.
Yep, Shoaib Ahmed is here. I'm Richard Allen. And right now we're concentrating on Namibia against Pakistan in Abu Dhabi. And Pakistan winning the toss and electing to have a bat. So it's been some good bowling. Ruben Trumpelman's looked very good for Namibia. He's been very tidy and deserving of a wicket.
And then they have started to actually score runs once they've set themselves in.
I suppose Namibia know they're going to have to play out of their skins today, aren't they, to trouble Pakistan?
Oh,
you
yes.
would think.
Indeed. I think they need to just put out a statement, play fearless cricket. There's nothing to lose for Namibia. They're not under any kind of pressure. They just need to play to their potential, give it their best. And as I said, the entire tournament is going to be a great learning experience for Namibia. They've come out, they've performed well in the first round, they've qualified in the first round, they've beaten Scotland in the Super 12s, so they've done everything right. They just need to play a fearless brand of cricket.
Well, Shikongo, he's coming on for a second over, and his right arm, it's a short one again, and it's pulled away outside the off stump, but it's down to the fielder at mid-wicket. They're going to pick up a single here.
Thought it was a short delivery. Played on the front foot like a slap-batted forehand, a tennis shot coming in from Rizwan. Will just on fielder.
He's pretty lively, isn't he, Shikongo? Yeah, first time we've seen him in this tournament. They made a couple of changes today. Namibia, Pakistan unchanged. Shikongo in again. It's slightly down the leg side, and it's beaten the fielder at short fine leg. And we've got another boundary here for Pakistan. That's another 4 runs, 64 without loss.
Oh yes, that's a poor delivery coming in from Shikongo. It was down the leg side, and all he had to do, Rizwan, was guide it towards the fine leg fielder, because the fine leg fielder was inside the circle. So once he cleared that, it's always going to be 4 runs, and that is exactly what it is. Raced away towards the fine leg fence for 4.
Pakistan, they've found their feet. There's some good bowling. But Shikongo coming in again, having just been shortish of a length just outside off stump. It's just prodded down to Gully. The runner bowling it.
Yes, he's not a very express bowler, but he's a very consistent bowler when it comes to his line and length. He's hitting the deck hard, and he's bowling it away from the batters, so they're not allowing them to get any half volleys, and it's a big ground, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So you need to actually middle it really well to clear the fence.